I'm not worried about if you haven't disciplined your child enough to where your child cannot come to me and act right, then that's between you and your child. I'm I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with as this they're in my custody right now, and I'm if I want to deal with it, then I will. If I don't, I don't. It's not my
You
job to
comfortable
sit
popping
there.
somebody else's? Like they bring you the baby.
No, I don't pop kids anymore. That's the sad part. 25 years ago, I would have whipped some ass.
We face our problems every day. It seems they'll never fade away. The world may bring us down. Tonight we're gonna turn it around. So let's put it all on the table. Talk about it if you're willing and able. Life, love, and insecurities, and a laugh or two. Come and take a seat. So bring your concerns to us. Together we can discuss what's on your mind. No matter what you go through, just know we'll be here for you every time. Let's talk about it. Blind table talk. Let's talk about it. Blind table talk. We gotta be about it. Go ahead and walk the walk. So let's talk about it. Blind table talk. Let's talk about it.
Welcome back to Blind Table Talk, y'all. I am your host, Saida Victoria, aka Sassy Sai.
What's going down, y'all? Welcome back to the table. This is your boy Joe Fleeks, also known as Blind Security of the Community. Welcome back, man.
Yes, we're so excited. We have a great show today.
Yes, we do.
We do, but of course, before we get into the show, we do need to
Dot
share.
our I's, cross our T's, and
Yes,
little PSA for y'all. What we
yes.
got going on.
Well, of course, we don't want to forget. Please visit our website, www.blindtabletalk.com.
You know where to find it for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And there you can check out our resource list as well as upcoming events and even add your own upcoming event as well. So,
Yes, yes, and a link to our episodes as well is on there. And do not forget about our email list, which is info@blindtabletalk.com. Make sure
yes.
y'all get on that list. You will get our newsletter and you will be put into the drawings as well, the cash prize. Everybody loves money, and gifts and all that good jazz. So don't miss out on that, y'all. For sure.
Yeah, and you can do that either way by emailing, or you can do that straight from the website as well, too. So
Yes,
that's
indeed.
another
Two
thing.
ways.
And
That will,
don't forget about YouTube. You
huh?
can't forget about YouTube channel. So
Y'all know what to do. Like, comment, and share and subscribe. Hey, please put it on there. Like we would love to hear, what I'm saying, what y'all like about the episodes and all that good
yeah,
jazz. And
you can also check out other stuff too. It's not just a podcast. So we have
it's
other,
not. We got the
um,
book club on there with the
yes,
ladies on there rocking and
exactly.
talking about the books and their, perspective. Like it's a lot of things on our channel, y'all. Don't miss out. Please like.
And more to come
Yes,
as well.
indeed. So
More
please
to
like,
come.
share, and subscribe.
All right. Are you ready? You want to share
Oh,
our announcement?
oh, big man. I need a drum roll. Like, oh my goodness. Hey, blessing indeed. But we will be on the Mind's Eye Radio, y'all. Coming up, it's a big thing. We'll be airing out in the Midwest for sure. Big
Yes, it's
ups, big
streamed.
support.
It's
It's
streamed.
definitely streamed.
So you can go to their website, mindseyeradio.org, and you can listen to
Yes.
us. But not just ours. There's other podcasts for the BVI community on
Plenty
there
more
as
on there.
well.
Yes,
So it's a
nice,
lot
nice
of good
little
stuff
list.
there.
You go check it out. They got
Yes.
sports, different topics, different genres, and so we're going to
Yes.
be included in there as well. So
Yes.
please, mindseyeradio.org.
And shout out to Mind's Eye. They're a great organization, and we're just honored to,
Salute, baby. Yes.
yes. So
Hmm.
awesome. I wanted to, because before we get into our show, I wanted to just give a shout out to our BPM members. So we had for Blind Professionals Network, y'all, that's our other
Hmm.
organization. And we had support group meeting that we do every first Wednesdays of the month. And I just
Good meeting
wanted
tonight.
it was, and that's why I wanted our topic was educate, awareness, and advocate. Right.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
the discussion was, are they one and the same? How can they interact? How can they coincide? And it was just a great discussion. And so I just wanted to share that with our listeners that, Blind Professionals Network does have that support group every first Wednesday of the month. We were on hiatus for a while, so now we are
But we
back.
back and please come participate, you know.
And there's other things as well that
Yes, indeed.
BPN does. And to become a member of BPN is absolutely free. blindpronet.org. You can sign up there, and there's never any cost, but there's other things. And we just launched a new training that we're doing.
That 6-week JAWS training is, man, it's
Yes,
going so beautiful. I'm
yes.
happy that we
So
was able to get that going. And looks
yes,
like the people are too, because hey,
yeah.
the
There's quite a
participation is
few.
coming in for that. Yes.
Yes. So all it takes is become a member, and you can, sign up at all of these trainings. Everything that we do is absolutely free. So
It ain't cheap. It's just free, y'all, because we want y'all to benefit. Y'all need to understand this. Like, people hear the word free, like, oh, okay. No, it ain't cheap.
but
It's
that is
just
so
simple.
true. I feel
Simple,
like
y'all.
free, when you say free, maybe people think it's like, I don't know, there's a
No,
catch to it or
no,
something,
no
or
catch.
that
We just trying to
cheapens
help
it.
y'all develop and benefit, get these
Yeah.
skills so y'all can go on to the state, get more skills, and be able to get employed and do other things or whatever. It's all about making yourself better so you can you feel better.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. 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 Good point about the free thing. Free. Yes. I love that. All right. Okay. So is that all we have for our,
Wait a minute.
oh, I think what?
I just got a blast for a moment. I know they're gonna
Oh,
get tired of us
oh,
blasting.
then that
You
must mean
know,
it's about Uber.
sweet, sweet. Just oh my goodness. I don't understand, y'all. Like, all right. So
Mm.
this is how I feel about this situation, and I would like for somebody to send some comment back in, let me know. Maybe I'm tripping. So I ordered a Uber. I'm at Walmart. I did my little groceries and whatnot, and so I ordered my Uber. They get to 100 feet, cancel. All right, it happens. Cool. We understand this. They order another one. Gets to 150 feet, cancel. And I'm just like, I sent out messages like telling them I'm outside this
Did you
side
say
of.
you were blind?
Nope, nope. I've really have stopped saying that. So all I said was
Ooh.
I was standing outside of the door of the McDonald's side, and I also had everything in my hand. So I didn't. So you didn't have to just really do much. All you had to do was just pull up. But I really felt like they saw me with my items and my cane, in my arm, leaning on me, and they're just like, "Oh no, I'm not about to. I'm not about to."
Wait, I have a question though, and I remember this a while. What's your profile pic?
My profile pic is just me.
Did you take, so the dog is not on there anymore?
No,
Because
the
at
dog.
one pic you had the,
Yeah, no, the dog is not on there.
okay. Well, lucky you guys escaped that one, Uber, because I was gonna scream about that prejudice against that one, but okay, so
I
that
really
wasn't it.
felt like that it was just more of they didn't want to do, like they felt like they was going to have to do more, and they didn't want to do that. Because I'm like 100 feet, you can pretty much in a car you can see
And you
where
said
like the
you were
person.
standing
I was
outside,
standing
so
like because Walmart has like those little cylinder posts, before
yeah,
you get to the
yeah.
actual parking lot. So I'm leaning on this bad boy with my items. I had like about 6 bags and a box, and I had my cane. And I'm just like, yo, come on, baby. Like, we got to do
Mm,
better.
yeah,
And I
see,
and I
that's
was
messed
really
up.
trying to get back to the house because I had, what I'm saying, a delivery or whatnot. But the way I did it, I awarded myself time to get back if I didn't have that interference. And it happened 3 times. I really just stopped the
Three
store.
times or two?
No, it happened 3 times. It wasn't until the fourth that came around where like it actually took and I actually pulled up. I was steaming hot. I
Oh
was
my
steaming
gosh,
hot
poor.
and yeah. I mean I really didn't
What?
say much to that Uber driver. Luckily he was like kind of It was a language barrier. He was
Yeah, so he
brand
didn't say
new,
much.
so he didn't say much either. So it was cool, but three times. The
Mm,
third time that was like it was like right there. It said it arrived. Now
that's
you know how they
crazy.
say your Uber arrived across the street from you?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I don't like, why does it say that
That,
too? That's
that's
crazy.
foolishness. I say, so I'm just like, like man. So I'm telling you, I was hotter
Mm.
than the iron, on in fire. Like man, it
Well,
was.
and then what do we do? There's not much you can do. What? Don't take
No, because
Uber
they're going to
anymore?
continue.
Because,
And I mean, I reported it as like, oh, we're sorry for the inconvenience.
do
They
they give
did
you anything back?
a
Any Uber
little
cash?
$4 credit. Like, okay,
Oh, goodness.
thank you, but I'm still spending $20. All right. I
Right.
don't know. Am I being wrong, y'all? Sometimes, we could be a little emotional about things. It happens.
Well, I mean, I'm curious to hear if our listeners have any this four times or three times though. I mean, what would have possibly been the reason for the
Yes,
three different drivers?
I'm just
I
like,
wonder, is your
yo.
account like flagged or anything? Like this
It can't
person
be because my
he will
stars. I have a
cuss you out if
4.8. I have a 4.8 rating. I've looked at my rating. Drivers like me. I'm not a bad client. Sometimes I don't talk, and if you do talk,
I wonder
I'm
what
gonna
that
feed
was.
off the
That's
energy,
crazy.
y'all. Yeah, if you give me good
Yeah.
energy, I'm gonna give you good energy. You give me bad energy, I'm gonna match you. Like it's just, I'm just that type of personality. So
Yeah. I don't
you
know.
know,
That sucks. But yeah, stuff like that does piss me off though. I don't know.
that just man.
All
So
right.
that's why I had to blast, man. Uber
All
do
right.
better.
We have to educate,
Yep.
bring awareness.
Educate, advocate, and awareness. And that's why I had to
That's
bring that up.
it.
There we go.
So, all
And
right.
let's get to it with it, y'all.
All
Let's jump
right.
into it.
Yeah, so
We got a good one.
we have so we're doing of course our BBI discussions, and we're gonna be talking about some kids, some um
Disciplinary.
disciplines and people
Man,
watching their kids, and we're just gonna talk about that, okay?
let's get real. Let's get real.
Yeah, we that's what we're gonna do. And then of course we have our interview coming
Yes,
up. And
indeed.
I think this is really good. And with Gina Martin was you and
Diverse
that
abilities.
yes, diversibility.
Yes,
So
yes,
she's
indeed.
she's so empowering.
Nice
So
lady doing
yeah,
empowering things,
yeah.
beautiful.
So
Just
she's
hey, wait. I just
yeah.
can't wait for y'all to hear the information that she's putting out here. Wait till she drop this on the table. It's beautiful.
All right. Yeah. So all right, well let's get right into it
Let's
then.
get to it.
Blind table talk, yeah.
All right, it is BVI discussion time. Let's jump into this real talk.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so
Mm,
I don't know. This has been, we gotta discuss this because we need some opinions, we need some talks, and I would like your thoughts. I want to share
real,
my
real.
thoughts.
I want to
Okay,
see what you're talking about with this.
so let's talk about this blind folks.
Hmm,
Okay,
hmm.
um,
Listen up, blind folks.
all
Listen, listen.
right, my blind and low vision friends,
Hmm,
parents. Okay,
hmm,
Um, the question that I want to discuss or the topic is about people watching your kids. Are you comfortable allowing people that watch your kids to discipline them? And does it make a difference if they're sighted or blind?
hmm.
So,
Okay.
you know,
Ooh, that's man, see,
yeah,
that's deep.
yeah.
It's dropping deep on the table. We talking about the babies. And I mean,
Yes, the
of course,
babies.
sometimes we're gonna need we have that support where our baby's going, we need somebody to watch them. We might not we have to work or something. They've been letting these babies out of school a lot more lately. So it's
Yeah, but you ain't lying. But even though, even no, that's not even like, what about the ones that aren't in school yet? You got 2-year-olds, you got 3 years, they're
yeah,
not even in
yeah,
school yet.
real talk.
So,
And huh?
no, well, what's your thoughts on that with folks watching your kids and
At,
disciplining them and blind or sighted?
for sure, blind and sighted does not have like the correlation of that person watching my child. Because whoever I will be having watch my child definitely is a person I have the utmost trust in. And so therefore
All
there's only a
right.
couple of people that I have that like I know I have a blind person that I have the most trust in, and I have a sighted
It,
person. So
okay.
it doesn't matter in either one of them.
So
The
blind or sighted does not make so basically
no
blind it's that has nothing to do with anything. So
no
whether they're blind or sighted, it's that's not even an issue here. Okay.
no is not the issue, and so the disciplinary part. This is where my hang up. I would honestly yes, talk to my, like if my child's over there cutting up, like jumping off the wall, please tell them to sit down. They're not listening, please tell them sit that, sit their ass down. Like um if if it goes to the extreme to where you feel you have to pop them, um I would honestly like that to be called to me first.
So okay, so you don't want nobody putting their hands on your kids.
Without talking to me.
So so when, you know, the baby over there cutting up, acting a fool, before you tap their bottoms, pick up the phone and call me and ask for permission to tap their bottom.
I mean, like in school, what they about to do before they give you the pause? Cause I was in school for corporal punishment, so before they even, mama, your son is up here really just being disruptive, not listening. Oh yeah, yeah, we try to tell him multiple times, we're getting ready to pop him. Hey, do what you got to do.
Uh,
All right,
so why
so
would you
that
need
way
to
you're
note
not.
that?
I
So
mean, because that way you're not coming in to. Oh, they hit me. Oh, what you talking about? They hit you. It ain't no shock. Like, nah, I already know. Yeah, I told them to. You shouldn't been in here cutting up. They told you to sit your butt down, and you didn't sit your butt down. You decided to run around and do all this movement, and now you want to tell them that you got popped. I told them to pop you. I told
okay.
you you are a representative of me, and so you would learn how to behave and such.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, I guess mine is a slightly different. Because, well, for, the same thing applies to me is that it does not matter if they're blind or sighted because whoever's watching my kids, I'm gonna trust. I have blind friends that I would let watch my kids before I let some of my sighted friends. So the blind sighted thing does not. I agree with that part. Now, as far as disciplining my kids, um, I would hope that my kids, well, when they're younger, I guess 2 and 3, um, at the end of the day, whoever I'm leaving my kids with, I will trust in them that they, if they got to pop my kid. I do not have a problem with that. And, but the thing is, it's who it goes by case person. And I'll give an example. I have, my aunt that I used to leave my kids with, right?
Mhm.
She was popping me. So I mean, she's gonna pop my kids, and I know that and I'll flip that to the other side. My sister, I don't care how old my kids are. I do not want my sister putting her hands on my kids. Like, don't hit my kids, and that is the difference in with me trusting in them to watch my kids, but not trusting in them. Like, they don't need to discipline my kids. With that being said, that takes a chance with, and which is what I would say. Well, if I can't discipline your kids, then I'm not watching your
I
kids.
yeah, that's true too.
I ain't
I feel
I'm
that
not
way.
watching your kids. I'm not gonna watch your kids. I'm not watching kids especially if your kids are unruly. What I am also not gonna do is allow people to cuss at my kids. So cussing in front of my kids might be a little bit different, but cussing at my kids, I do not like that. I mean, I
Yeah, you
had,
can't call my kid a little MFer or
yes, that's
a little
exactly what I was
F'er, you know what I'm
thinking.
saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes. So, but there's people that act different. I mean, then I'm talking not even friends and family, like, and I guess like daycares and, or let's just say, Miss Bertha across the street that's watching your kids for you while you go to work, right?
Hmm.
When you are around you and your kid and Miss Bertha don't act the same. When you leave, Miss Bertha's in there cutting up and pinching ears and
Real talk. I'm sure Miss
it's
Rosa was getting me like that.
yeah,
That's,
so
but
but
also like, are we like our so say an emergency happen? My partner say, dog, I need you to watch my boy real quick. Come to the house. You know what I'm saying? But I know my little boy. He's very hyperactive. He runs around, especially when he's not in my eyes, my around me, he's really gonna cut up. And so, but I need you to come in here and watch him. And I know he's about to run around. And you don't know the way of my apartment too much, but I need you to handle my son. Like that's cool to if they gotta pop him in that situation, they popping. You
I
letting
mean,
them
that's
know
on you. You see, the thing about that is, I mean, you have an emergency situation, and obviously, if you had options, is that who you would call?
that's who I would call. I'm just saying, like, just throwing it
I
out there
mean,
for
in
a
an
question.
emergency situation, though, because if I had
I
time
mean, I
to,
guess the emergency really don't even matter if it's just a situation where you couldn't take your child with you, you had to go do something, and you needed someone to watch, and that person is your totally blind friend, and but they got kids,
oh, yeah, no, that's the same thing.
same thing. Like, hey, they running around. Hey, handle your business. Be the
Now, are
parent.
you gonna are you gonna have, your totally blind friend who's, comfortable and confident in their blindness, might have kids or may not have kids, but they're not, that's a difference between letting somebody that's blind, but ugh, I hate saying this, but when they act blind.
Yeah, like kind of just
Don't come for me,
don't have a
listeners.
little
I'm just
wherewithal.
saying.
It's okay. It's like
But yeah,
we're
those
not
ones
calling
that
you near
just
the
like,
well. It's just like
no, it's just they just though I'm not,
it's lack of the
I
confidence. There we go. Lack of the
there are
like.
blind friends and the same goes for sighted friends though.
Yeah, I've seen some that's kind of the anxiety
They're the
voice, and it's
same
like, okay,
levels.
I can't let you watch my baby. You're gonna be stressed up.
Or don't have no common
That
sense,
too.
don't have no.
So I guess at the end of the day, it's like you must know your child and you must know the person who you are allowing to watch and to help you that way. Like I said, you must have that trust.
Well, okay, so that's that, right? There's that. So that's that. But
Because you
I
can't let my child just be bad. Because I'm not about to let my child be bad. We have representation
first of
and
all, I'm not, it's not,
conduct.
it's I'm not worried about if you haven't disciplined your child enough to where your child cannot come to me and act right, then that's between you and your child. I'm I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with as this they're in my custody right now, and if I want to deal with it, then I will. If I don't, I don't. It's not my
You
job to
comfortable
sit
popping
there.
somebody else's? Like they bring you the baby.
No, I don't pop kids anymore. That's the sad part. 25 years ago, I would have whipped some ass,
You would have.
but
I'm kind of with you on
today,
that one. I don't.
I ain't got time for all
I'm
that.
not
I'm not.
popping. I think like really the base of my voice. I got more of the whole daddy voice now. So it's like if I really
Yeah,
need to get you, I'm just like, hey. No, I'm not. A little stern with you, but not
yeah. No,
popping
I just
nobody
ain't.
else
I ain't
child.
got the strength for all that, and But I will tell you this: that this could be the last time I ever watch a child if it's too much for me. But
Mm,
it won't be happening again. But I wanted to, okay, so there's that, and I wanted to switch gears for 1 second with this, okay?
all right, what you got?
It's still on discipline though, right?
Hmm.
As blind parents, do you feel blind parents discipline differently than a sighted parent would? Do you feel like blind parents are either more lenient or more harsh in their discipline of their children because, for whatever
Oh,
reason? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do it. I feel like a lot of them are lenient just because of like guilt in a way.
Yeah, I see that. Remember we had that episode. I did that
it's
episode about mommy
yeah,
guilt, and we talked about that
it's
too. Yeah.
like guilt, or then it's sometimes it's the doubt, like, okay, did I really just hear them do this? Did that really, you know,
Yeah. You know
because
what?
sometimes
I've been wrong
because I
before.
just seen the kid like, Mom, I didn't, but
Mm-mm.
then she sweat, and it's like, damn, did he
Yeah,
not?
well, you
Because
know what my
like,
answer for that is? Because if it based on past behaviors, it's something you would have done. So if you wouldn't have ever done it before, I would have never accused you this time. So hey.
yeah, but sometimes like it's
Mhm.
you see the child plead, and then it's like, now I really didn't, like, it's different levels, like if you ever experienced that. And so, I've seen it to where like it's been too lenient because they felt some type of way, and then I've seen it
Yeah,
where
too
they
harsh.
they they've been too harsh, or they just didn't do anything because they had the doubt. So they just like, just go to your room, get out of my face. Like that's all they could do. Like
Jeez
it wasn't
Louise, what type
they
of parenting you been dealing with? That's just mean.
don't
No, no, and look, you should. And I got nerve, really, I do, because I can't even
I
believe I
mean,
said that. But because I know I have said, but no, I'm just joking with that. But I don't know. Here's another thing, another little dynamic on this. And listeners, please feel free to chime in. Let us
please
know
feel
what you
free.
think. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing. I feel like sometimes us as parents allow um, other people to discipline, as blind parents, I should say, allow other people to discipline because of that. What you're saying, maybe they don't want to be wrong, but I feel like that takes away a sense um, of parenting. You're
Hmm.
not being a full parent if you feel there is something you can't do. This is the whole, oh, we're equal, we can take care of our kids,
Yep.
then act
Yep.
like it.
And then follow up, because you ain't got no follow up. You ain't
Yes. And I
conditioning
feel like
anything.
a lot of kids, because I've seen some parents, blind parents where I'm telling you, and I don't care, come for me, all this, but I'm about to say it when they're just like little gangbangers in training.
Man,
Okay.
real talk.
Or worse than that, little high school shooters, shoot up people in training. Like these parents are allowing these kids to just run wild. Another thing, back talk. What happened to back talk? And
Backtalk used not
this
to be
may not be a
allowed.
blind
Now
thing,
it's
but
an option. It's just, hey, let the
yeah.
kids speak. I mean, I get, but yo, it's
Oh my God,
disrespectful. Like,
that's
even my mother told me, like, son, I'm gonna teach you how to speak your mind, but you still gonna do it in a respectful manner to any adult. Like,
and
and
this
even
is
and
where I
sometimes you need to just hush your mouth and listen.
and this is where I feel like I might not be being fair, right? Because
Hmm.
this what we're talking about may not even be a blindsided thing. I don't know.
It might
The
not
the
be.
reality of it
We're
is,
just
and
talking
I'll
about
just
from my perspectives.
and for the simple fact that the only ones I deal with now are blind. So all of
Real
my
talk.
friends are blind.
Likewise,
So
likewise.
I'm not when I'm what I'm speaking on and what we're discussing, this is based on a blind thing because
Yes.
I'm not around now. Again, 25 years ago, been different. But when I hear some of my friends and their kids, the way their kids talk to them, and I feel like it's embarrassing in a sense of like, dang, you talking to your blind mom like that type of
Real
thing.
talk. And then you whining back to your son like that, or
And
you're
now
you're
you're
you're,
looking like a little
or
blind
you're
mom
whining to
victim.
your daughter like that. It's just
Yeah,
like,
it's so embarrassing. And that so I feel what you're saying with that harsh thing. And it could be because I know even my child who's, it's about to be 17, but sometimes when we're at home, I our talk is different, right? I probably allow her to say some things crazy or talk, which is not, it's not a right way. I mean, I'm not, never said I was like winning
nah.
mama
Yeah,
of
it's
the
just
year or
your
anything.
style and what you choose to
But I tell
allow.
you what, when we get out in public,
It's a different
I
behavior.
refuse to be looking like the the mama that's the victim
Can't
and
handle her
can't
child,
handle her.
which is
Exactly. Boy,
usually the stereotype that's universal anyway.
exactly.
So you out there
Yes.
just
They
going ahead, just living
they're
to the stereotype that they place
yes.
upon us, and it's like,
They're
all
already
right.
looking at me like
All right. And we
I'm
wonder why
not
we
the
have
best.
these different cases. And it's sad that we have a
Yeah.
lot of these cases with the agency and things, the alphabet
Right.
letters.
That's
Y'all
what
know
I'm
what I'm talking about. Like
yes,
it's
but
sad
that's
that
what
we
I'm
have that, but this
saying.
is kind of like why we have this in the ways, because you do have some that are out there that's just like, oh, I do apologize that you got a blind parent, and I'm so it's just,
Yeah, right.
and
Exactly.
you can say say it on your mind, your emotion. No, look, like, little one, sit your butt down. Look here. I got you. You know what
Now,
I'm saying? It's
right.
okay. Hey, but you ain't about to talk to me like that. Sit your butt down.
No,
No, I said no, you can't have no more juice. You done had 4 of them. It's all right now. Sit down. Like, stop playing. Like, and
no,
I don't get why
yeah.
parents
Have
aren't,
some control. Have some control over your kids in public. It's just not a good look for us as blind parents to sit there and be out there with these kids and we have no control over them. That's
that's
just
all.
it's just embarrassing. It's crazy, and it's how society expects us to look.
And we
So,
don't have to live to that stereotype, y'all.
no,
Like
we do
we're
not.
way more than that. We're more capable than that. And trust me, the kids benefit more. You show that, you show that discipline and that warmth. Like, they love the love, but they also, like, they once we get older, we realize, like, man, I appreciate my, what I'm saying, my T Jones being on me for that. You know what I'm saying? That made me who I am, like my character, and I'm able to spread that to my other, my children. So they appreciate it, man. Don't feel bad. It's all good.
Hmm. Yes, exactly. So, well, I mean, I think we can go on. I think that's that discussion in itself
I
can
think that plane
be
landed, baby.
take so yeah,
Yes, indeed.
we're not gonna get the plane.
Mhm.
But I will say this. Um I I still am interested in hearing our listeners' thoughts. So listeners, please send it in. Do you discipline your kids? Are you okay with other people disciplining your kids?
Are
Or
you
does
popping somebody else kids when you gotta watch, like, let's talk about it, y'all. Like, send it in. Let's see what's good with it. Let us know.
and is it a blind or sighted thing? And do you feel like you don't discipline your kid the way you should or would if you could see? Is there a
Yeah.
difference?
Yeah. Let's get with it.
Yeah.
Blind table talk, yeah.
All righty. Welcome to our BVI organization seat. Tonight we have a good one with y'all today. I would like to introduce a lovely lady. Her name is Miss Gina Martin with Disabilities organization. Hey, Miss Gina, how's it going?
Hi, Joseph. Thank you. Things are great. Thanks for having me here today. This is great.
Thank you for sitting down with us and just spreading your organization and the things that you do for our community out here. So, just for my listeners, tell us a little, just brief background about the organization and how it got started.
Brief background about the organization and how it got started. Well, I myself am blind. I've been losing my sight for over 30 years. And so, encountering lots of barriers that are out there. A lot of them are the social barriers that I find are the biggest ones. And so, about 5 years ago, I started, bringing some awareness to the general public about, low vision and blindness and what that means. And the last couple of years, I've just been developing disabilities and bringing that awareness to society. We've spent a lot of time teaching people with disabilities how to, quote, fit into society. But until society knows how to interact with somebody who's blind or communicate with somebody who's deaf or understands that the majority of disabilities are non-apparent and you can't see them. And if people don't know what accessibility really is, that it's more than a parking spot, a bathroom, and a ramp, we will never have inclusion. We will just
Mm.
continue to talk about it. So I developed disabilities to help break through barriers by educating society on the best practices to communicating with, interacting with, and assisting people who navigate life different.
Lovely. I like that as well, because it's a big thing about, just advocating for ourselves and being out here in the community. But it's the other part of the line of the having the inclusion and actually, the society understanding how to include themselves with us and to interact. So that's a beautiful thing that you have got this going and been doing such. So I would like to ask. So the part of the inspiration behind this is just to be totally included in the community, right?
Absolutely. Really, a disability is just something that has us navigating life different. And when we can educate people about the do's and the don'ts and the how to's, it takes all that guesswork out. And when you take that guesswork out, our differences are just going to be recognized as that, differences. Those of us living with disabilities can't do things the same way as an able-bodied person, but we can do them only different, either through different techniques, different, tools and devices, just alternative ways of accomplishing those tasks. And so educating people on how we do it kind of takes that guesswork out and makes things more inclusive.
Nice, nice. And that's a wonderful thing. And so with the organization, what services and programs do you offer?
So I have my ADAPT programs. So that's disability awareness, practical teaching. And I put the
Okay.
small a in front because, we all need to adapt. We need to adapt if we have disabilities to our environments, and the
Mhm.
society needs to adapt to changes. So I felt like ADAPT was a really great name for my programs. So I have 3 ADAPT programs. One is my Youth ADAPT. I have a seniors adapt and a community adapt. So my youth adapt, I go into classrooms. I like to work in classroom sizes because I bring activities that provide hands-on experiences for youth to gain a better understanding about both apparent and non-apparent disabilities.
Mm.
These experiences help them understand how their classmates who navigate life different because their brain or body works different accomplishes tasks. And that helps to create a more inclusive classroom, because these youth learn to understand that even if somebody has the exact same diagnosis as somebody else, their experiences are going to be completely different.
Totally.
Not everybody has the same support systems. Not everybody has the opportunity to purchase tools and devices that make life easier. Not everybody has the opportunity for rehabilitation and training. And we're all at a different acceptance in our journey. So the exact same diagnosis is going to be different for every person. And it's really important that kids understand that. One way doesn't work for everybody. So if you want to include and help somebody, then make sure you are talking directly to that person that you want to apply that to. And
I,
so I also really talk about language with kids, because language is such a powerful tool. It's a free tool we all own.
mhm.
And with this free tool, we can either build a more kinder, friendlier future, or we can knock it down by using words that are kind of hurtful or, limiting. And
Yeah,
so we have a lot of conversation around language and then what accessibility really is, because it's more than a parking spot, a bathroom, and a ramp.
totally
Uh,
agree.
yeah, so that's my youth program. To be honest, it's my favorite because kids want to do good. They just need to learn what to do and how to do it. And often I feel like a barrier in the community, especially when I'm using my white cane and walking down the street, as parents are pulling their kids to the side and saying, shh, don't talk, don't, and that is not helpful at all.
No.
And yeah, no, it's not. And it happens all the time for us.
Yeah, unfortunately it does. I experienced that as well. And I just, I try to stop and be like, no, that, you don't have to tell the child that like they can't talk. They are curious and have questions. I don't mind answering at all. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
I actually really enjoy educating the parents during that interaction, because I'll be like, oh, are you curious about this? It's called a cane. It's not a stick or a pole. But if somebody you meet uses it, calls it a stick or a pole, then for that person. But, call things what they are. It's a cane. Would you like to hold it? This is how I use it. This is why. It's not helpful to be quiet around me. What's really helpful, though, is when you say hello. When you say hello, you let me know that you're there. So if I needed help, maybe I was a little bit disoriented, I could ask you like a direction. I
mhm.
know that you're there. I won't trip you with my cane. And your hello treats me like you treat everybody else. And that makes me feel really good.
It's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing. And so tell us more about, you say you have a program for the elderly crowd as well. How's that program work?
I do. So as we age, our abilities are going to change. It's a natural process of life. 1 in 10 of us are born with a disability, and 9 out of 10 of us are going to die with one. By the time we reach 80 years old, we are all going to need some type of accommodation or assistance, either hearing, vision, mobility, or thinking. it changes by the time we hit 80 years old. And so I go into retirement communities bringing a suitcase full of tools and devices that can make life easier. Because as we age, we don't always know what's available, what it's called, where to get it. So I bring all of these handy tools and devices to retirement communities, demonstrate how they're used, and really help seniors understand that you can't no longer do tasks the way you used to. But that doesn't mean life is over. It just means life is shifting and things are going to be a little bit different. So you can still do those tasks, only these are some tools you might use or techniques you might use. And it's really trying to help them shift their mindset that it's okay to use mobility devices. It's okay to be, somebody recognized as having a disability, because it just means that you navigate life different. And I use an example for myself is I used to have full vision. So I'll say to my audience, envision a big pink hydrangea bush. It's beautiful. You see it with your eyes. Well, for myself, now I go up to that bush. I stretch my arms out. I feel the bush. I touch the petals. I smell the flowers. I hear the bees buzz. So I see that bush now. I just see it different than when I had sight. And I encourage my friends and family to come and have the experiences I have. So instead of just looking at it with your sight, close your eyes now and come experience it like I do. And it's been a really cool way to allow people to have a little bit of a look as to how I navigate life. And they can come out appreciating things a lot different. And so when you go for a walk in the forest, don't just look at the trees, touch the bark, smell the bark, touch the plants, like have a bigger experience than just your vision. So that's my seniors program, is just kind of bringing that awareness on, how we can make life easier and how to just kind of accept things can't be done the same way, but embrace that they can be done only different.
Beautiful. And that's totally needed within our, within our community as we get older, just to realize that we can make our life so much easier just by accepting the modifiers that we need to accept, and it is out here for us, such as your organization, disabilities. So, for someone who wants to get involved or wants to teach their youth or have you come out, or just, they might have someone that's elderly that needs to make their life a little easier at the time. How can someone go by getting signed up with your service?
Okay, so if you're a classroom or you're a teacher and you would like to have the Youth Adapt presentation, I can do them virtually. I can also have, locally, of course, it's in person, but I can do them virtually. If you're a senior, again, I can have conversations. I can, you can hire me as a consultant. I can provide you with resources and tools and devices that will make life easier and help you get connected in the community. And if you're a business, I have my Ideal Team Building Business program as well. If you would like your staff to, be more comfortable interacting with people of diverse abilities that come into your establishment, or you're an employer who would like your staff to be more comfortable and confident working with team members who have disabilities, or if you're an employer yourself that would like to learn that, I have an online workshop, Ideal Team Building, standing for inclusion, diversity, equity, accessibility, and language. And I believe that when the society has a fundamental understanding of these concepts is when we will break down those barriers. I really emphasize on accessibility because it is more than a parking spot, a bathroom, and a ramp, especially for businesses. It's lighting, it's noise, it's having adjustable desks, and what type of pens do you use, and what kind of chairs do you have. There's so many things that revolve around accessibility that often employers aren't even aware of. And so I first assess each business, and I will bring the tools and devices that provide more accommodation and accessibility for that particular business. An example being a clothing store. I would bring a long-handled shoehorn, a dressing stick, a button hook, a shoe pull, or a button hook, a zipper pull with me to the presentation and say, hey, here's 5 or 6 Tools or devices, they come to approximately $120. If you had these behind the counter for your customers to borrow while they go into a change room to try clothes on, you create way more accessibility and accommodation. People are going to come and shop with you because you have these few little things that make somebody else's life easier. Somebody coming into your business who uses a mobility device has to take those clothes home, try them on, then bring them back. How inconvenient is that for somebody who navigates life harder than somebody who's able-bodied? You can make that experience so much more easy. So that's a little example of one of my staff trainings and, providing a bit more accommodation and accessibility.
Nice. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's something that needs to be had to make, retail shopping experience easier, grocery, any of those type of experience where we have to truly be independent on our own. Is just, we're making life a little easier when the company and the corporations are just aware and on the same page as us. So that is awesome what you're doing. So how can someone find the Diversability organization? Are you on social media? Where would they go to look for you?
Yeah, so my website is www.diversabilities.ca for Canada. So it is diversabilities.ca. I am on Facebook at Diversabilities and also on LinkedIn. I share a lot of helpful tips and information on my Facebook page that can help people just gain a better awareness of other disabilities as well. It's not just blindness, it is on all different disabilities.
Nice.
So yeah, that's how you can reach me. You can reach me through my website and you can book with me directly.
Awesome. And we also will have the link up with our episode as well for the listeners who would like to, contact and, discuss with you more, consult. They'll be able to reach out to you by clicking on that link and being able to get to you as well. Well, Ms. Gina, we really appreciate you coming out and sitting down and discussing with us and just sharing these wonderful moments and the time that you take and the experience that you share with our community about making it better.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's bringing that awareness and just breaking down those barriers. It's like, just speak to us. That's one of the big things is, if somebody comes in and they have a disability, you don't speak to the people that they're with. Speak to the person themselves. That really treats them with dignity and respect, and that's all anybody really wants. And a couple of the biggest tips that I always hope that every presentation takes away is, number one, first, always ask somebody if they would like help before jumping in and just helping, because not everybody needs it, requires it, or wants it. If they say no, I say don't take offense, because not everybody needs it or wants it, but no this time doesn't mean they might not need help next time. And if they say yes, the number two question is, how can I help you? Because no two people do things exactly the same. So that's just one of the real big takeaways I hope everybody realizes. And if you can ask people if they need help and how they want help, no matter what ability they are, you're treating them with dignity and respect. If you get a grumpy response back from somebody, that's not on you, that's on them. You have done your part by being kind and asking if they need help. We don't know what somebody's story is. We don't know if they're in pain. We don't know what it is that they're going through. But if you can be kind and just ask if they'd like help and how they'd like help, then you've done your part to be inclusive.
Awesome. And there you have it, listeners. Miss Gina Martin with the Diversabilities, y'all, making life easier for us in this community about the inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph, for having me.
Blind Table Talk, yeah.
Man, look like we about to get up out of here. But before we do so.
Yes, it has reached the end of our show, but we do want to make sure
what you gonna say to them, Sassy?
That you visit our website once again, www.blindtabletalk.com.
And
sign up for the
email address at info@blindtabletalk.com as well.
Sign up for that. Check out our upcoming events. Check us out on YouTube, and also we're adding our Mind's Eye Radio. Check us out there as well, y'all.
All right, check us out, man. Support. Until next time, y'all. Be blessed.
Blind Table Talk, yeah.